I first read Colin Clark's books 7 or 8 years ago and pursued the rights in them and took them to David Parfitt, and we took them to Adrian Hodges. So this has been a real labour of love of mine to get to this point. And all the way through there was the question of, but who will we get to play Marilyn? Who will we get to play Olivier? To say nothing of Vivien Leigh and Arthur Miller and all the other amazing characters. And so really the turning point was meeting Michelle Williams and her passion and hunger to play the character and her love of the script. And really that was the turning point in the making of the film, was Michelle's commitment to join us. Michelle has brought a phenomenal attention to detail to the part of Marilyn. I mean, she and I started talking about the character about a year ago, and there were sort of constant conversations and emails, and we would forward each other YouTube things and discuss various nuances and things we'd found out about Marilyn. And that was just the start of it. And on set, I mean, the way she works and her innate understanding of the character has produced the most spectacular performance. Part of Michelle's process was to investigate the body language of Marilyn, and she's worked with a brilliant choreographer called Jane Gibson, and they've worked incredibly hard, starting with Marilyn's dance, but really looking at all aspects of her body language. And that's become part of the making of the character. Well, you can't do better than Ken Branagh as Olivier, can you? And he's brought a really special understanding of the man to the room. Ken is an amazing man, an amazing actor, has contributed to this film in so very many ways. I think in some way, Olivier represents old dying England in the 50s, and in some ways Marilyn represents the new brash America. Olivier was 50 in 1956 and Marilyn was 30 in 1956. And I do think they're symptomatic of the two countries at that time in history. I'd always wanted Eddie Redmayne for this part. I mean, not just because he's an old Etonian and shares a lot of the history with the character, but because he's the most charming and empathetic young man. And just felt Eddie felt very, very credible in the part to me. And he's done a phenomenal job in the face of a very, very large cast of very major players, both on and off screen. He's done a phenomenal job binding it all together, and I found him a phenomenal support to have him in every scene of the film, and I think he's done a remarkable job.